Welcome to Laughter Talks. It's Marketing Fair, and with me is Sam Waggoner. And
Hi.
Sam, hi. I know you love to usually get right in and say hello to people, but today our show is a little bit, Laughter Talks is a little bit different today because what I'm doing is now that I'm in Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma, people have already seen you, but I want them to know a little bit more about you, Sam. So, what I'm doing is I'm going to introduce you. Okay, so you are today a guest that's being interviewed. So, let me get to it and introduce you first. Now,
Mhm.
actress and associate producer for Laughter Talks, it's Linda Samantha Waggoner hails from Brooklyn, New York. Yay!
Hey. Yep,
Sam
yep.
had Sam had an interest in the entertainment industry and dance. In later years, she moved to Los Angeles, took her first acting class, and fell in love with the craft. Sam signed up with Backstage, Casting Frontier, and Hollywood Casting and Film. She was cast as an extra in the Buddy Holly story, appearing in several scenes, and branching out, she started appearing in productions at the Next Stage Theater, which later was changed to the Actors Studio Theater. Sam Waggoner appeared in Vampire Masquerade, Happily Whatever After, Angel Academy, and Tales from the Shadow Zone. She has
Mm.
also appeared in several musical videos and was featured in a hip hop dance scene. Recently, Sam appeared in Babylon, which was nominated for an Academy Award. Now, Sam now appears regularly on Laughter Talks. This is a YouTube show, and Sam appears in segments for Netflix movie reviews, The Real Fake News, and special Laughter Talks production. And Sam is also the associate producer for Laughter Talks, and she helps to book new talent for the show. So, Samantha, welcome, welcome. Thank you for allowing me and entrusting me to actually interview you. So, this is very exciting. And what I like about what you've done is you've shown that there's so many different ways to enjoy the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
So, you tell us more personally about your journey from Brooklyn to this area and how you felt after you jumped into a movie, the Buddy Holly story.
Oh, wow. It was really interesting. I was working with a group of people. This time it was actually a class at Fairfax High School, but I wasn't in high school. Then it was just like adult education. And it was a really good class. And as usual, when you meet people that you're working with, actors especially, you just bond. And that's what I found was so exciting. You immediately bond. So one day I get a call from somebody that was in my class that gave my name to a casting agent that was booking for Buddy Holly's story. And
Wow.
I get a call like at 2 in the morning. Oh, can you be here? And I was like, I just came home and I said, oh yeah, sure, I'll do it. What time?
Wow. So
So
you just jumped right into it. So what was that experience like from going from A to B or A to the end of the alphabet fast?
it was very interesting. I got to know what it was like to be on a set and deal with it and then see, there were some actors that were really not really well known at the time,
Mhm.
but they became major actors like Gary Busey. I didn't know him. And I was
Wow.
like, and he was filming right next to me.
Yeah. Well, that's good because it's a extra. It is a way if you decide to want to work and make a living, extra work. Tell us about the style of living that type of life, doing extra work to make your way in Hollywood.
Yeah, it's really pretty interesting. A lot of it they don't necessarily pay, but they once in a while you do find some that pay and they pay pretty well. Like when I was on the set of Babylon, they like had a certain scale. It wasn't SAG, but it was really close to it.
Wow.
So the pay was pretty good for background work.
Yeah. So
You
is
know,
that an exciting project working on Babylon?
yes, we didn't work with any of the major actors, but also we got to meet a lot of people, and it was really fun. It was really interesting too, because we went down to downtown and we had to film in really old theater. It was like kind of an Art Deco theater that was built around the 20s so that
Yeah.
it gave the same look that they were looking for,
Yeah.
during that time period.
Yeah, I've seen it, and I know a lot of people have, and it was very colorful and bright and big. So I know
Yeah,
that was fun. Now,
it was really.
also, I'm very interested in your theater work because
Mm.
I've named some of the things you've done, and I have to ask you, tell us what your favorite genre is
In theater or
in
just
theater.
general
I think in
theater.
general, it's all this. It is your thing. What is it?
Well, comedy is one thing, but I'm usually very good with being like a vampire or a witch, something like that.
Now that what were you in Masquerade?
Vampire Masquerade, I was a witch,
Uh-huh.
and later had another couple of roles as vampire girls. There were two vampire girls, and I was one of them. And sometimes one of the other girls didn't show up, so I would switch roles easily.
Oh, well, that's fun. You were doing that for quite a while. Was it with that theater you did most of your shows?
Yes,
Oh,
yeah, that same theater. And once I had like all the scripts, so anytime I was needed to step in, it was pretty easy because I was used to hearing it all the time.
uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
I got, you know,
Well,
into it.
now tell us too. I'm very curious about this one. It's not Hansel and Gretel. You did a movie called, what was the name of yours?
It was called Hamstel and Gretzel.
Hansel and Gretel. I love that. Now, what
Yeah.
is the storyline with Hansel and Gretel?
Okay, there were a brother and sister, and they were wandering around and got lost for some time. And they came across a witch. It wasn't me though. So they got lost and they had no idea where to go, but the witch was going to eat them eventually, and they realized that.
Mm.
So the brother ended up killing the witch, and me as the sister was just really pissed off that he did that. I mean, I was like, why did you kill the witch? Now we don't know where we are or how to
Wow.
get out of here.
Wow,
We
that's fun. That
we're
sounds
just wandering around loose, like with no way of knowing how to get out of the place.
so yeah, I do know you like doing comedy too. And I know I had a project I was working on. And in fact, I met you. You had come to my house. I had a casting call for a project I was working on. And it just is a natural evolution that you ended up being like my sidekick on Laughter Talks and really helping move the show forward. And you
Yes,
get some great guests too. So do you like that part of being an associate producer?
definitely. I really love promoting people and finding talent that I see and that I really believe in, and getting them interviewed so that they can help with their projects.
Oh, yes, that my guest a couple of weeks ago was Kanith
Hmm.
Perrin, and that's a gentleman that you introduced me to online, and he is so talented. So
Yeah.
now that brings me back to what I'd like to talk about now. You are presently creating a business and a
Hmm.
website, and it's something that is not new to you. You've been doing this for a long time, and you've decided to kick it up and make it professional where you're consulting now. So let our viewers know what is it you're doing and what criteria got you to that point.
Well, usually we used to create business cards and just go handing them out, and that's still a good idea. Some people do that. But it's also more people are into the digital, world.
Yeah.
And I decided to create a website. It's not been done yet,
Mm.
so it's not up, but eventually it will be up. And I would like to be helping people and consulting. I can edit scripts. I can consult on, what their project is and see if I can help them in some way. I can help them when they need certain people, like do you need a PA or a script director or a lighting person. I might be able to help in that too. And I know people that have studios also in the area.
Well,
So
that's good because also, like I had a project that I was doing. Unfortunately, it was
mhm,
goddess intervention, and you were a key player in it, and
yeah,
I had to postpone that. And I'm hoping to get to that because I will be doing it as a Zoom, and you were playing Sky, the
yeah.
transvestite,
Woohoo!
and it's
The
a
drunk
wonderful.
transvestite.
Yeah, it's a wonderful comedy, and you were doing a fantastic job, and I can't wait to get back to that. So
Yeah.
I also know that you just do a lot of different things and it's so amazing. So what let me ask you while I have you in a position like this, what is it you like best about doing shows with me?
Oh, I love the um the improvisation, because we never really totally know what we're doing. I mean, to some extent, we have some of it written down to where we know, but mostly we just talk about it, and it's really like kind of funny, and we kind of play off of each other. I like
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
That's why I like it so much. Like the Netflix movie reviews, we do our reports, but it's the bantering, it's the improvisation back and forth that makes it fun. We get a lot of great feedback. You get feedback, I get feedback from that show. So it's really working. And for anyone that's interested, they're the Netflix movie reviews, and they are on every last Monday of the month, Sam and I together. And Sam is Miss Felina Katz, and I'm Granny. Granny Tino, and we're just bickering back and forth doing the reviews. And then the real fake news reports, we both write reports, and it's just kind of like our take on what's going on with the news. Now to
Right.
show people, yeah, now to show people how much fun we are, I've got a couple of party questions here. And of course, I didn't let Sam know about this because people, like I said, we like to improvise. So I have two questions. Now, think of something good, Sam. You got to make this count. Here's the first question. If you could be a real vampire for 3 hours, whose blood would you like to suck and why?
Well, I would say the vampire Lestat.
The what?
In there was a movie and a book called Interview with the Vampire,
Yeah.
written by Anne Rice,
Oh, yeah.
and the main vampire was Lestat, and he was really creepy, but very charismatic. You wouldn't know he was a vampire right off. He just kind of like,
So
sides up.
was he the one played by Tom Cruise, or am I in the wrong movie?
Yes, Tom
Okay.
Cruise.
Okay. So now it's coming into me. Okay. Well, now we know. So I guess you dig Tom Cruise and you want to suck his blood. Yo, Tom, do you hear that? This woman will suck your blood.
Well, when he
Call her.
was young, I don't know about now anymore.
That was a good movie. I completely enjoyed that. It made being a vampire seem very, very fun. But my favorite was Brad Pitt. I'm a Brad Pitt fan.
Okay,
So if I was going after one of them, it would be Brad Pitt.
actually, he was very good, and he was very attractive in that
Yeah.
film.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Brad Pitt's attractive in everything. How could he not be?
I
He's a
don't
beautiful man. He's just a beautiful man. Here I go salivating again. Okay. Now, all right, here's something. If you were in charge of casting a sizzling romance, What actor would you want to audition, and would you make him strip?
Oh, oh, I guess that would have to be Tatum Channing or Channing Tatum, whatever his name is,
Oh,
the one that does all those Magic Mike movies.
oh, I can understand. Well, would you make him strip?
He already does.
No, I mean all the way. I mean like a
Oh,
casting. I'm talking about casting couch stripping.
oh, okay, yeah, of course.
I I like that you're honest because I would too.
I may even handcuff him.
Yeah. Have you shows
Oh,
movies that are in the movies, but we should hope it goes on Netflix
yeah,
because it would be a great one to review, but I want to get to see it too. I didn't see it either.
yeah.
So, well, those were interesting answers. And now what I'd like to do is I always like to ask my guests, and this is important before we go. There's a lot of people, and I always say in all age demographics, younger people, middle-aged, older people that would really like to go into the industry. And the idea of doing parts like you do is interesting to them, like being part of the background and everything. So, what would you suggest to people, like wherever they are, whatever age they are, what they can do now with the way the world is to get into that part of the industry?
Well, the best thing to do is to start with a profile, either on IMDb, Backstage, Casting Frontier. I don't know what Hollywood CNF changed their name to. I forget, but they're good too. You can always Google these things, and it'll come up showing what the new name is usually. Like LA Casting used to
Mhm.
be one of them, but they changed their name too. And also there's Central Casting. They get a lot of work from people, but it is basically background work.
Yeah. Now
There's
that particular one is only LA, correct?
and Central Casting.
Yeah.
No, no,
No?
they're all over they're national.
Okay, I'm so glad
Yeah.
this came up because a lot of people might be under the false assumption that they can only do this in LA. So
No,
that's really, yeah,
yeah, Atlanta is really big for anything like that.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's a good way to do it because it can take different directions too. Like you like doing background work and you do what you're busy doing other things. So it's not
Mhm.
the main thing, but if you wanted it to be, it could. And that
Yeah.
also can lead to like we have a friend Rhoda, and
Mhm.
she just is getting more and more work, and she's a gal in our age demographic and she's very busy all the time. So you can take this to any level that you
Yeah,
want to, which is really
exactly.
nice.
Yeah.
So thanks for sharing that with us. Now, Sam, what do people do? Someone might see you, they might see you out here on the show and want to contact you for some sort of help or even a movie role. So
Or a party.
what ways do you like to be contacted?
Okay. I can be reached at on Facebook, and that's Linda Sam Waggoner under Facebook,
Okay.
and also on Instagram. That's at Linda.Waggoner. And there's Snapchat too, but I don't, do that much on Snapchat.
Yeah, I haven't even ever been on there because some things you just have to go on the phone. Well, I'll put those under here so people know. And they can also reach you on the
Mhm.
Laughter Talks website because there's a contact page. And if
Right.
people want to reach you or reach me, just fill out a form on the contact page, send it, and I'll get it to Linda. Sam, I call her Sam. And
Yeah.
yeah, so there's always a way to reach us. And if you know Samantha and you
Mhm.
want to be a guest on the show, because I know she has a lot of friends, just
Yeah.
contact her. She'll get in touch with me and we'll get you booked because
Yeah.
yeah,
I I love to work on new projects, and I'm always trying think of things like that. So hopefully I'll get some new projects working, and we can have it on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. And remember, if you're looking for any kind of help,
Appreciate all of this. It's so
you're
fun.
welcome. And thank you for being on the show and making the move with me to Oklahoma. You're the gal in LA. I'm the gal in Oklahoma. We love everybody. Thank you
Hi,
guys for
Oklahoma.
watching. Bye,
Bye.
LA. Bye,
Bye.
Sam. See you soon. Take
Okay.
care.
Bye.